Ciao Nina, buongiorno, ciao a tutti. Ecco l'uomo, sì, senza Basil stavolta. Ciao Menga, buongiorno a tutti. I'm pretty much alone, as you can tell, if Basil is not coming out of the bushes or anything similar. I'm I'm alive, not live. So ciao, ciao, welcome to all of you. Buongiorno from, you can easily tell, the incredible island of Burano with the B. So this time actually compare to a few weeks ago, we are definitely in the colorful islands that is a little bit much northern than Murano. So Murano with the M, they do glass blowing, and this one is definitely colorful houses and the beautiful lakes. It's a line from a fish called Vanda. Just in case, see, you're right. Ciao Carol, ciao to all of you. Buongiorno, welcome to the Venetian lagoon. And I'm really happy and excited to show you the beauties of this spectacular place. I would like just to tell you already, we might have a bunch of signal problems here and there. We try to do our best as usual, and then of course if you're going to have any kind of questions, just go ahead. And on behalf of I Love You Venice, Murano, I Love You Venice, I would like to welcome you into the Venetian Lagoon, and we are definitely to start our tour exactly now. Manga, you're right. I definitely need the sunglasses today. Is super bright, super warm. Summer is blooming and is exploding everywhere, and the Venice is full of amazing wisteria trees. Let's have a look at what we're going to find out today around everything. I know that is not, Ciao Paloma, is not one of the most spectacular view, but give me a second. So we're going to slowly turn around, and especially this area is gonna be extremely spectacular. Look how pretty, look how beautiful these colorful houses are. So everything is super nice. Everything is green now. See, ciao Paloma, ciao. See, you're definitely right. Everything now is extremely green, and compared to all the winter videos that we were doing. But as you can tell, everything is blossoming literally everywhere. Beside the wisterias, all the ladies from the island of Burano, they are putting down all the petunias, geraniums. We might go to see a friend of mine that is addicted to cactus. Ciao Linda, ciao. And that is gonna be really spectacular. Let me see if I can zoom a little bit. I really like this viewpoint of Burano, and look, even the reflections actually on the water, and those are really nice too. Please say hello. So that is fantastic. And we got Italian cactus, and any doing anything in this area, they can literally grow whatever they want. And for those clearly see that is totally green. Oh, you can come, no problem. It's totally green literally everywhere, and it's just so beautiful. By the way, these are the schools that we got here in Murano. And look at here, give me a second. And the colors and the reflections, they're always extremely amazing. And exactly like in Venice, as usual, we don't have any kind of privacy that you got, all the all the clothes that are going to be hanged out, and the signal is cutting off. Let me see. It shouldn't be cutting off. Let's have a look. Now I try to move a little bit further down, and we just see if the signal is getting better. Here we go. It already changed a lot, but you are definitely right. It seems that really the rainbow is just meshed into this amazing, beautiful, colorful houses that we got in the island. See, I believe that we just changed the cell of the phone. We just needed 2 seconds. Ciao Marek! See, Manga, later on I'm going to produce lace, and that's the key. And yeah, let's slowly start to have our lovely little walk, so we can get look like. But even the cactus, we were mentioning cactus, the most phenomenal thing that we got here is that sometimes even the flowers, they are matching with the colors of the houses. And you have to know that the majority of the houses that has been painted with extremely bright colors, especially for the problems that normally during the winter we would have had in the lagoon, because it would have been extremely foggy, and it would have been a kind of problem to see the houses, to see the island from the distance. Sometimes in the past they would have even color the house with the same, they would have used the color of the house to paint the boats. So everything, it was definitely matching. We were talking about matching flowers. Look at here. And so we got pinkish geraniums for a pinkish facade. So everything is matching. And of course, on the last few steps here and there for the high tide, as you can clearly see, we don't need to go too far for the high tide. And so everything is extremely close by, unfortunately. And look at those. So any kind of flower, they're going to be just spectacular, as you can see. So we are always extremely super lucky that especially the ladies that they live here, they can literally grow up whatever they want. So the climate is just perfect. Nina, you're right. For all the Instagram friends, you can get totally addicted with these pictures. So you don't go too far, because it's gonna be photobombing all the time, especially once that I'm coming into Burano with professional photographers. They go crazy totally. If a house like this one there, is it expensive? Let's say if you buy a house, say like the bluish one right in front of us, anything similar, you buy it for, it depends on the conditions, but let's say 500, 600,000 euros, and they are just delightful. And of course we got the rosemary, we got the basil that is out of the window. So everything is going to be really handy if we need to cook. We are going to have bougainvilleas, or let's have a look if we're going to be lucky, if we're going to see a bunch of lovely wisterias here and there. Let me show you the 360 degrees view, so you can see everything. Hold on, let me rebalance. That should be working. Oh, the view is phenomenal, as I told you. But unfortunately, we got exactly the same problems as in Venice when we got the high tide. And think about that, this one is pretty much the main canal of Burano. Once that we got high tide, of course, floods, they're getting pretty bad, unfortunately. And as I told you, we got all, I tried not to fall into the canals. We added up all the steps so the water is not going directly inside. It's quite often people are asking me where I got my relatives, friends, and all these things. The godfather of Mum, he was exactly from right at Tizenbeck, right here actually. But he was a fisherman, and he met up with my grandfather. He used to sell fish down into the area of Treviso where I live. And look how badly the bell tower is leaning. My first picture in Burano is dated back of something like 40 years ago approximately. And I remember that I was totally impressed. At that time I was 5-6 years old. I was totally impressed of the leaning tower actually, that I thought that it would have fallen any minutes from now, and it's still there. it is possible to rent a cheap house on Airbnb. Marek, you got here something that is called albergo diffuso, which is a kind of try to have a look. Casa Burano, CASABURANO. It should be .it, and that it should be the idea. And there's an Airbnb in Burano, and you should be able to find a few informations over there. But we don't have many hotels around. Lucio, talking about friends. So he's fixing at the moment the tent of the boat that is not in a great condition, and I was.
Hello. Ciao.
Ciao Lucio, ciao a tutti. Somebody we were saying how beautiful your cactus are, and so as you can see, it's totally addicted to cactus.
Vai, ma prossima settimana buttiamo fuori tutto.
And so next week is going to bring everything outside. He's going to repaint the entire facade of the house. And so, guarda che faccio un giro. Look, beautiful these cactus are. And so the thing is that Lucio didn't finish to display everything because he's preparing everything. So he's going to bring all the cactus. He's got probably one of the nicest balconies that we got in the entire island. And so they are just spectacular. Something that they cannot be missed here in Burano is the broomstick, that if anything is in the wrong spot, they start to clean up right away. And that's the beauty of Burano, because you can eat directly on the floor. Everything is spotless. But as you can see, if you are cactus addicted or flowers addicted, that's how beautiful everything can get. And we got some more, but as I told you, that they are amazing. They are super beautiful. So let's move. So let me show you the view that we got. No, definitely, he always been addicted to succulent plants. And if you're coming back next week, it's going to be even more interesting, because there will be, I don't know how many, but as I told you, there will be a lot of them. See, definitely the lagoon, and this lovely island that is standing right in front of us with these cypress trees. For us is San Francesco nel deserto, San Francis in the desert. And this one is pretty spectacular, because when St. Francis, which is the patron saint of Italy, that he started the order of the Franciscan friars, monks, on his way back from the Crusades, from the Holy Land, he definitely stopped in this island for meditations. I found Casa Burano on the internet. Great, Marek. And that it should be a pretty good address. And but you got some more, but that one it should be the nicest one so far. But look how lovely. San Francesco nel deserto, brava Nina. And we're still having something like 8 friars that they live there. It can, I mean, the monastery can be visited, and the entire garden, it looked like the Eden Garden. It's unbelievably beautiful. Think about that. Venice at the real beginning, it would have been like this, a big massive swamp area with a few bushes, few trees, but definitely an extremely swamp section. And on the distance, give me a second that I put the finger somewhere over there, that's the area that we got the beach. That's the area that we got what? Jesolo, which is the most important seaside resort that we got in the northeast part of Italy. And normally we got something like 10 miles, 15 kilometers, 16 kilometers of sandy beach. Then he moved west and he decided to settle by the Pacific Ocean. See, San Francisco. He was fed up of staying in the Venetian lagoon. He definitely moved into the States because he probably would have needed a Starbucks coffee or anything similar. Sì, brava Nina, Lido di Jesolo. That's exactly right. And especially somewhere down the area, that's where the Fiume, the river Sile, is getting into the Venetian lagoon. Not far from here, we got even the private island of the Swarovski family. Oh, here we go. We got some little wisteria. That it will be great going into Jesolo to see exactly how the beach look like. But even going to the Lido, that might be interesting. Having a walk to the Lido and seeing the beach, the cabanas, that is normally, especially now that we don't have many tourists and many people, it will be a little bit more complicated later in the season. It's still cold for swimming. We normally start to swim around June going into July. By the way, I believe that at this real moment we got 70-75 degrees, and so it's nice and pleasant. But shirts, l'isteria, le ginestre. Let's see, that we got a different perspective of the Leaning Tower of Burano. So we don't have only the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but we got even the Leaning Tower of Burano. And now slowly we're going to continue, and let's have a look which kind of surprise is going to be with us in a couple of minutes. In a second, I believe that the images they might be a bit funny, that we're going to jump from one cell to the next one. Yeah, we already jumped. That is as warm as it's here in Texas now. Here we go. And so you got exactly the same idea. It was snowing recently here. Mamma mia. I just love the purple, the blue and pink. Linda, it's extremely difficult to pick up a color. They all look perfect. They look like beautiful here. And even the orange is not bad. I pretty like it. I really like it. And it's cool. Once that you come into Burano, is lovely because it will be a little bit more peaceful than Venice normally. And as we mentioned several times, it's probably better that once that you leave Venice, you come directly to Burano with the boat number 12, and the boat number 12 is going to drop you off directly in Burano. And then you can do on the way back Murano, and so Burano with which is the fisherman island. And here especially we got clams and mussels, we got the soft shell crabs that are called moik, that those are produced twice a year. It's like a candy shop in a way, yeah. We got even the special ambulances that are always parked here. We got even the carabinieri, the police station, but we don't have much going on in the entire island. We're always extremely quiet, laid back, and makes me hungry. Man, what is making me hungry is that we got this fantastic smell of fried fish, like calamari, shrimps, and prawns, that is always present here in the entire island, and the smell is just wow, amazing. Of course, once that you are coming in this area, so fish is the number one, and then I would definitely go for the biscotti, I bussoiai, these lovely cookies, these lovely biscuits that they got a kind of a S shape, and those are just amazing. Smell of vision. Look, we got Mr. Baldassarre Galuppi, detto il Buranello, that he has been one of the most important composer of and musician of the Venetian island. And let me see if we can put everything in. See, but the background it's like a postcard. It's almost impossible to get a bad view or to get a bad a bad postcard or a bad photo here in the entire island. Look, once that you're coming this way, make sure even to pop in into the Museo del Merletto, and so which is the lace museum. And here we started to produce. You are making me hungry. 200 people walking with you. See, you're right. Yeah, I'm the only one doing exercise. The colors are just amazing, and you're right, and especially today the weather is spectacular. And so if you're coming this way, make sure to see the lace that has been produced here in this amazing museum. And normally we got a collaboration of something like 7 different ladies to build up a wedding dress. One is specialized into the skirt, the other one into the shoulders, the other one into the neck. Merletto, see, Merletto lace, that's the translation. That reminds of... Some of us are still in bed. Yeah, you're right, Bob, you're right. It's Brian, you're right. It's a small little museum. Unfortunately, few years ago, we had one of the oldest lace maker that she passed away, and she was 101 years old, and she was just amazing. And once that you are coming this way, you're going to see some of the incredible masterpieces of art. Now, on the last few years, they are doing quite a lot of different. They are opening quite a lot of different restaurants around. So we got Osteria al Museo, and this one is gonna be a lovely spot if you will be able to eat outside and enjoy the view of the main square. And as you can clearly see the view. Wow, was the one of these pitias. Let's get right into the main street. So once that you're coming this way, everything is extremely handy. You don't have to go far, and you can easily walk, of course, from Burano going into Mazzorbo. There we go. We already reached the main street, the main alley, and it's not open yet, but this is gonna be another great address here in the island of Burano. And so the fried fish in this lovely little spot is just phenomenal. And have a chat normally with Fabio, which is the owner, and normally you got all the tables that are going to be set, and it will be really nice and pretty. Main Street, we are right on the 5th Avenue in a way, if we can say that. And unfortunately, even here in 2019 we were having il nostro Fabio, no il nostro Fabio, un altro Fabio, no, Fabio non si è messo a vendere pesce per il momento, and so our Fabio is not selling fish, or is not turning into a chef yet. It might be later on, you never know. So on the last few years, everybody is doing quite a lot of changes in life, but the major problem here In 2019, the water was bubbling directly from those wells, and think about that we would have had water pretty much up to there, and the situation it was pretty amazing. As we were mentioning, even Venice, it was one of our best meals ever in Venice was at the corner. Great. Brian, here we go. And so you got exactly the same opinion as me. So Fabio, which is the owner, is a great character, but of course you got Romano, that is the other most famous spot that we got here in the island, and then you got Al Gatto Nero, the black cat that I will show you later on, but normally you go to the black cat for the moike, that are the soft shell crabs. Today, in a couple of seconds, we're going to be welcomed by what? A gallery that is called La Perla, that they're going to show us what? They're going to show us how they do the lace today. Since that we are here in Burano, of course the lace production is definitely one of the most spectacular and one of the most important one. And they started to produce lace for many different reasons. Of course, the ladies that were waiting, the husbands that they were definitely out fishing, they needed to fix the fishing net. And they needed to kill time. At that point, actually, they started to produce all the lace, and that's what we're going to see in the next couple of minutes. Let me see. Now that there should be more tourists than in the last few years, and so that's what we were discussing. That we're definitely having more and more and more tourists arriving, especially the past weekend. And let's see what is going to happen. So let's have a look. Let me know if the signal is gonna stay still. Buongiorno a tutti. So we got Silvia, that she's right here, but we're going to go a little bit how our lovely ladies, they are still producing of art. So while that we're getting into the main location, let me show you what. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for supporting our channel. But while we are going, after I buy a house here, I'm afraid my meal on the next one. But let me show you a little bit of the little decorations that we got here, that they are so lovely and amazing, especially if you got little kids, and those are super cute. And then slowly, let's have a look at what is happening over there. That is going to be our, we got Luca, that is standing right there, and is controlling if I'm behaving and not destroying anything, as usual. And we're going to get a closer look. Buongiorno signora, salve, buondì. So let's get a closer look at what he's doing. Give me a little second, let me give you a 360 degrees view, that so you can appreciate more. When buying lace, we have to be careful that is not a size. No, you can clearly see Marek that she's producing everything totally by hand, and so what she's producing is going to be displayed after a couple of weeks directly into the windows here. Now, this is definitely what is definitely behind the scene. That's so you can appreciate way much more what's behind of the lace that you are normally buying once that you come here, actually. Oh, give me a second. Now, the shop is just unbelievably beautiful, and they do some incredible masterpieces of art, as you can see. See, Manga, she might have done it a couple of times, not many times. As you can see, it's just so perfect. Let me try to stand still so you can get a full idea of what she's doing. Yeah, that's the thing of the know-how of these areas, that is extremely important to have artisans that they keep going with this amazing knowledge. Otherwise, we're going to lose the real made in Italy. And so I got Silvia, that she's going to give us a few tips about everything. Secondo me ti puoi parlare senza problemi e ti dovrei sentire senza problemi. Guarda, aspetta un attimo. Give me a second that we organize everything. That so the microphone it should be better in this way. Vai Silvia.
Ready? Okay, hi guys. She is Anna. She is one of our youngest lace maker in the island. She produced the original Burano lace, and this particular technique of work is completely handmade with the needle and thread. Questo. Turn around.
Sta qua
Eccoci qua. Bene. So, she's doing the original Burano lace. This particular technique of work is completely handmade with the needle and thread, nothing else. It's a cotton thread, a normal cotton thread. We need 7 different women because each woman is specialized in only one particular stitch. So that's why usually Burano lace we frame it because it takes a very long time and become very expensive work. But very intricate because first of all we drove a design.
Wait a second, give me a second. Wait, that I need to zoom back. Oh, sta pur ferma.
Okay. We drove a design in a very fine paper, in a wax paper. Then we followed the design.
Aspetta, Silvia. And so Anna, she's not talking, she's working, and Silvia, she's explaining that at least you get the idea where the voice is coming from. Otherwise it's confusing. I know, sorry. Vai.
No, se volevi dirgli che è improvvisata la cosa, cioè non è...
No, that is the beauty of being live actually. That so it was like surprise, I'm here, do you mind if I pop in? And so, caramba che sorpresa.
Exactly. So first of all we drove a design in a very fine paper, in a wax paper. We followed the design by machine. You know the very old machine when the singer by pedal, with pedal? And then we stitch together paper and fabric. We make like a base, like this. Then the lady started the work.
Ferma.
Oh,
Aspetta.
sorry.
It's okay, but at least they can see it, that I need just a couple of seconds so they can get the entire idea. Beautiful, grazie mille.
Eccoci qua. Okay, so this is a finished work where you can see all the 7 different stitches. Anna, she's doing this one, very tiny one. And
Wait a
small
second.
in the middle. This is Anna's work. Then, when she's finished, she passed the pieces to the second lace maker, and the second one is able to do the little barrette. A third lace maker do the net. Then there is the relief, gli smerli. Those flowers are out of the work.
Silvia, hold on a second. It's wax paper, this
Sì.
one. See, that's
Sì.
right, Brian.
Correct.
It's definitely wax paper. Wax
Bravo.
paper. Bravo. Well done. Bravo, Brian. For a man, it's not bad.
Exactly. When all the work is done, so means when all the 7 lace maker has finished, we cut. Pay attention now. We cut in between the paper and the material here. So we cut with the blade the machine stitch and come out only the laces by hand. And this is possible, I want to tell you again, because our lace maker work on top of the fabric. They doesn't go through like a standard embroidery. They stay on top in surface and they make a little note. That's why when we cut only the guidelines, so it's not dangerous for the lace. Just for giving again time, a little oval doily that size took 2 months of work. 2 mesi.
2 mesi.
For this reason, Burano lace, it's framed.
Wait a second.
Bye.
We're going to see the frame one. Nina, in a second, I'm gonna ask her. Give me a second. Silvia, we got somebody that is asking if there's a way to recognize a real merletto compared to a fake one, a Chinese one. Not that there's anything that is giving us the idea.
There are many different kind of laces. Here in Burano we work with the needle and thread, we work over the paper, and it's a very long time and become a very expensive work, we have to be honest. The other kind of laces are always hand-done, maybe, but they are like a crochet, filet, embroider, so they are hand-done, but not so intricate and long to do. So I mean, it's not really a fake, but maybe it's another kind of work, you know?
Probably if you're coming into Burano, once that you pop in into the shop, if you see the lady working, that is already a good sign that she might have produced a bunch of those. Let me give you this idea too, actually. So we were definitely discussing about the colorful houses. Yeah, the scenes of Venice, they are spectacular. Yeah, the colorful ones, they are just spectacular. Look at this one. Later on, we're going to see it in the reality, how exactly everything looked like. But as you can see, it's mind-blowing. Sono veramente fantastici, hai ragione Nina. Anche questi piccoli sono veramente belli, belli, belli. Stunning. Have never seen the color scenes before. That is good, Brian, that at least... what are the prices? I will now show you, but we can definitely ask, and so it shouldn't be a big problem. And in a second I'm gonna ask Silvia, ci dici qualche prezzo per piacere? Tipo questi qua. No, vabbè, che buona questo, questo.
Allora,
Partiti dove ti voglio.
allora, something like this needs 25 days of work and costs around 250 euros. Pieces like this, we are talking about 40 days of work and cost 300. Then bigger they are,
More expensive they will be.
need, and more expensive. Yeah, we are talking about 1,400, 1,500, depends.
But the thing is that there are few artisans, few ladies that they are still doing that.
Correct.
It's like a dying art, and that's what the value is actually. And so unfortunately we're having less and less youngers that they are continuing the traditions. And so if before it would have been passed from grandmother to mother to daughter, now of course we got a lack of youngs. It's exactly like the same thing with the Murano glass. And so you need 20, 30 years to become a glass blowing masters, and the kids, they don't want to wait that long to become glass blowing, the Picasso of the glass. Here is exactly the same thing, but you are definitely buying a piece of history. It's an investment. And is exactly one of a kind. They cannot do it again, the same thing. And so buy it, you saw it, and you know that you got something. Yeah, now we got TikTok, brava Nina, but that is, you know exactly the problem with that. Real work of art.
Infatti, se vuoi vederlo tu, infatti gli diamo, chi compra il Burano lo compra con il certificato di garanzia.
Yeah, of course, Silvia, she's saying that with buying Burano, you're going to get certifications of authentication, that you know exactly that you're buying a super genuine piece of art that is, as we said, one of a kind, and is more like an investment rather than anything else. It's pretty much buying a Picasso painting made out in lace. That's exactly the same idea. Let me show you this one too. So see that we got all the phases that we saw it before, that at least you can get the full idea. That is spectacular, especially because we got these ones that they are even more intriguing and incredible. That in the past it would have been super fashionable, and all the ladies for the entire Europe, they would have had one, and those are extremely special. We got some amazing fans collections that they are even in Venice, even inside of the Hotel Metropole. They got an amazing collections of these. Strange question. Oh great, Silvia just answered my question. Certificate of authenticity. Yeah, Brian, that before that we were discussing about is arriving from outside of Burano how do we tell if it is real or not? The certification of authentication is giving you an extra tip, of course. So you can see Silvia again at the least. And so once that you will be here, if you pop in into La Perla, you know that you got this brilliant stuff that they're going to help you out with any kind of questions. The fans are beautiful, I agree. E questa fila di cotone. Cotone o seta, domandano. It's cotton. It's definitely cotton. And so let's have a look at Anna, what she's doing again, so we can definitely get a closer idea. But folks, if you got any other kind of questions, just go ahead, that we will be super happy to answer to anything. But in a second I will show you the address, everything, so once that you are popping into Burano, you can easily come in, you are super welcome, and they're going to give you a lot of tips about this amazing dying art. Have a look. Wait a second. Aspetta un attimo. We got what? We just, as usual, we show off the address, so you can always get in touch with them. Wait a second. Hold on. That the autofocus, as usual. You can slowly take a picture. Let's see. Let me get a bit closer. Adesso proviamo da qui, casomai. Let's have a look if this one you can see it a bit better. Maybe yes. So, but now you got the video. It is protected by UNESCO. We are in an extremely protected area here. Think about that. Where my mom and dad they live now, they cannot even paint their own houses with the colors that they like it, because they're gonna bother the storks and they're not going to produce eggs. But here everything is totally protected by the UNESCO for the authenticity but the uniqueness. And of course, if you are popping in this area, remember to check it out in Burano with Romeo. Here we got Luca that is going to help us out, and this is gonna be a pretty lovely idea. Hold on, of tegnoti, poi che stiamo prima, se no con una mano va mal. But this is going to be a lovely guidebook about the entire lovely island, so you can discover. Grazie mille, Lina. That one is the right website, so you can get in touch with them if you need any kind of help, but even if you need any tip from this side of the world. And so it is going to be fantastic in this way. Okay. This is the situation that we were facing off. And that's how fun it was having high tide in Burano in 2019 or other years. 1966, it was exactly the same thing. So if you're popping in, you're going to find the entire history in this lovely guidebook once that you pop in. Once that you pop in into the shop. So. Any other questions? Are you okay with this? Wonderful. The QR code worked. That is great. Disse Gazzapanca, il QR code da che altra parte diretto. That is interesting, and we never tried this, but definitely the QR code is working and is great. And so, grazie mille. Here we go. Something more interesting for all the... Yeah, you have to know that Luca is totally addicted to Harley Davidson, and so if there's any of you from displayed in, and you can probably recognize the same face over there, which is matching with this face. That way he's got into the Harley Davidson Museum. Is the shop name La Perla? See, that's how many has he sold today? Quanta roba che ho venduto oggi? Boh. I have to tell you that the entire city is pretty busy, and so we need Hannah to hurry up to produce it, otherwise they're going to run out of lace. Luca è veramente una rock star. You should see the Harley Davidson. Even the sounds of the phone is brum, brum, brum. And so you can clearly tell that he's a little bit addicted with these kind of things. So if there's any fan of Harley Davidson, you are more than welcome here. That's so you can exchange a different point of view. See, of course, if we got any American friends, you can clearly see that we got everything. That's into the leather jacket. Sì, sì. Sì, la prossima volta che ha detto te fuori camar direttamente sua giacca in pe. Ciao Luca, ciao Anna, grazie mille. Ciao Silvia, grazie mille.
Oh, grazie, thank you guys.
Ciao, ciao.
Here.
Lace on leather, not really. I think I would think. Yeah, everything is changing. Ciao Fioi, grazie ancora. Ciao, 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 ciao. Yeah, definitely, it's not a bad idea actually having lace into leather. Why not? Something new. It's going to give that soft idea of the Hells Angels. That they are not. Sorry, folks, I'm just joking, of course. But that is not bad. I mean, Luca is a great guy. He's definitely addicted to Harley. But I mean, lace on a leather doesn't matter what is going to be. So that it will be absolutely stunning and fantastic. Let me take you down this little alley because we're going to see one of the most beautiful and colorful houses of the Venetian lagoon, especially from Burano. And so we're going to see the house of Sweaty Joe, Beppi Sua. And so as you got Sloppy Joe down in the Key West, here we got Sweaty Joe. And Sweaty Joe, actually, he was the man that introduced, let's say, cinema here in Venice. And so he was spreading the blankets in the middle of the island of Burano. Everybody was enjoying the old style movies. And he was selling the sweets to the little cats. Can you have a Harley gondola? It would be not bad. Look at here. Sorry. And so, Beppi, Joe, if you want, in a way, he would live exactly here, and is definitely the most beautiful and the most spectacular house that we got in town. As you can clearly see, we got these amazing and lovely decorations here. Before we were talking about beautiful smells, interesting smells. Once that you're coming at this spot, this door is dangerous because it's the bakery. So you got all the cookies, the biscotti that are going to be baked, and you got the bussoai, and the smell, it's unreal. In a second I will show you how the bussoai they look like. And beware of the dogs. See, they got two lovely little tiny dogs that they are adorable. And this is a vineyard, and that's the other spectacular thing. And of course, we got all the line to dry up everything. And all over the island of Burano, you're going to see a lot of little statues of the Virgin Mary. And the idea is to protect all the fishermen or the inhabitants. You're going to see the statues of Jesus in a little second. I will show you because they are going to be right in front of us. The other thing that is totally amazing, all over here in Burano, look, everything is spotless, and you got broomsticks everywhere. As long as the locals, they are going to see that the situation is going to be that the situation is going to be a little bit dirty or whatever, they're going to be ready to tidy up, to clean up literally everything. That is where Sebastiano took us last time in Burano. Brava, brava, brava. You are definitely right, Nina. And scusi me, aspetta, aspetta che vengo fuori, dagane. Traffic jam. Locals love Quidditch, I bet, in a way. And we got all these fantastic, lovely little statues dedicated to Virgin Mary and Jesus. And right now, we slowly continue our lovely walk down to see some other artisans. We got even another one that we got Angelo that is normally working here. Angelo.
Wow.
So we are talking about masks, and he is another amazing artisans. Today we're jumping from artisans to artisans. Ciao Angelo, buongiorno.
Hello, ciao.
And so today he's painting the patio. Oh, Manga is just incredible today. Casa de Papel. You can clearly recognize the face, and later on it will be pretty much like that one. And so you can see that he's doing an amazing job, especially once that you're popping in here. Look how incredible the see. We got Casa de Papel that is over there, but you got even V for Vendetta that is standing there. We got masks that it look like a bat that is made out of leather. We got let's see, we got some steampunk masks decorations. Un altro angelo dell'inferno. Look, we got the horns that are growing. Take. No, it's a great character, and we are friends for a long time, and we are always joking all the time. But that is the entire production that is definitely doing in his atelier here in the area of Burano. So if you're popping in this way, especially now, everybody's totally addicted with the steampunk. Would love to wear a mask, but hard with glass. Man, I got exactly the same problem that having the glasses, we need a big hole so we can fit the glasses. Angelo, grazie mille, è stato un piacere, alla prossima. Ciao Angelo, ciao. Yeah, of course here we don't say Angelo, but it's more like Angelo. You cut the L, and that is the other thing that we spoil the names once in a while. And let's continue our walk because we're going to use these lovely little alleyways, and the view is just spectacular. You will see, especially as long that we are popping out. We were talking about matching flowers, and so the cyclamines, they are matching with the pipes. And once that you come into another broomstick. But the other key, which is incredible here, is that here and there you might see bottles that are normally filled up with water, and we place it right at the corner to scare the cats. So once that the cats they walk by, they're going to be totally scared. At that point, they see the reflections of the eyes into the water bottle, and they don't pee over there. So in this way, nobody's going to complain. The smell, it won't be that bad, and that it will be great for everybody. The Nimbus 2022. See, Harry Potter would have had a blast probably for this one. I don't know if it's gonna be. It would have been as fast as the Nimbus, and it's not as fashionable as the Nimbus, but that is quite an adventure. Yeah, this is the ride in town, that you got a little tiny scooters, push bikes, and that's how the kids, they are normally having fun. And we were mentioning that the people that live here, they got these amazing, lovely little gardens that are just spectacular. Marek, I don't know if it was you that my memory is going, but we were discussing about Casa Burano. In a second, I should be able to show you that it should be somewhere here. Give me a second. Prepare yourself, because the house needs some touch up paint. Manga, you are definitely, give me a second, sorry, that I need to fix this. They need some restorations, but you have to know that a lot of people here after here, they are definitely leaving the island. At the moment, we're approximately 2,000 inhabitants that they live here. They live out of tourism, but the majority they work as fishermen too. This one, it should be the Casa Burano. And so, as you can see, that we call it albergo diffuso, and so it means that a lot of the houses that has been developed, that has been turned into Airbnb breakfasts, and is always this is the fun part. Kids, when they are around 16 years old, this is pretty much the ride that they are going to have, and the majority of the boats that they are along this canal, there are more boats for the fishermen. Oh, we got the cormorant that he just went down fishing, and let me show you some of this viewpoint. And so there are the over there is so lovely, beautiful, bright blue, and each corner is just fantastic and fabulous, as you can tell. Let me take you a little bit around. Let me fix this one. Done it. So let's slowly move. And the other must that you have to do here in the island of Burano is definitely to visit Il Gatto Nero. Grazie Anna, thank you to all of you, of course, for supporting our channel, and he's definitely thanks to you, all of you, that nowadays we can pay our electricity bills, the gas bills, and all these things. Grazie mille. But definitely, once that you will be able to come here, make sure that you're going to have fish in the Gatto Nero restaurant, and especially twice a year that we got the moike, the just delicious. Look how pretty and beautiful this section is. The colors, they are super bright and super amazing. For us, this is mainly the delivery area, and that's where all the Amazon boxes, rather than anything else, is normally arriving. And compared to other cities, for us the situation is completely different. Look, those are all fishing nets, but it's a little tiny boat. I got a friend of mine that it does have approximately 10 miles of fishing net. Oh, I got the cormorant. It's right here. Hello. Going fishing. It should not be starving in this area. I mean, clams, mussels, shrimps, prawns. We got soil fish. We got literally everything, and of course we go by season. And look how big the grocery store is this one. That we got a bunch of those that they are around, and your 7-Eleven normally they are way much bigger than our little grocery store. So the day trip here in Burano, in my opinion, is really worth. And so, as I was telling you, you get the number 12, you get into the island of Burano, you enjoy the entire island, you stop here for lunch, and definitely you recatch the number 12 and you make your way down to Murano. On the way back you stop to Murano. So in this way you will be able to see the glass blowing factories, and remember that the majority of the glass blowing factories, they normally shut it down around 4:30, 5:30. Lovely shy cormorants. I believe that it was quite busy rather than shy. It was more interested of fishing rather than anything else. Sat now open for everybody. Here we go. Andiamo. Let's see. Let me take you up this way. So let's have a look how clearly we can see Venezia from Burano today. We got no clouds. It's super clear. These early hours I was able to see the Dolomites. I was able to see the Prealps, and it was superb. And in a second you should be able to see how incredible the view is. Give me a second. And so already the skyline in front of us is already the area of Venezia. Got to see it before the sunset. See, it's 5 o'clock here at the moment. Sunset, we need still 3 hours probably for the sunset. But in this way, let me move into a viewpoint so you can get a better view. Just need a second. Yeah, the idea is that the entire island that is on our right hand side, that one is the island of Mazzorbo, where we got the vineyard. The entire skyline in front of us is Venezia. But with the reflections I cannot see much. The big bell tower that you see, the tallest one, the thicker one, that one is Piazza San Marco, straight in front of us. And where the cranes are, that's the area of the Venetian arsenal. And then the green area on the distance is part of the Certosa, the Lido, the old leprosy, and we got San Terasmo, where they produce the artichokes, another cormorant flying. And you have to know that here in Burano we got the best gondolier of the entire area of the Venetian lagoon. So we got an amazing training school, we got amazing gondoliers. How often does the number 12 lines run? And so from Fondamenta Nuove to Burano is leaving at the twice an hour, and so at the minutes 10 and 40. And so 10 past 1, 40 past 1, 10 past 2, 40 past 2, and so on. Is it a silly idea to swim from here to Piazza San Marco? I will never make it personally, but if you are well trained, probably you can do it. The other problem is that the traffic, it might be a little bit too heavy, and you might be chopped off, or you might be hit by all the water taxis. Try it next time you are there, Nina. See, Julie, against the law, would I think? Manga, yes and no. Let's say it's definitely against the law to swim in this area, but hold on, somewhere over there we got the beach of the Venetians, which is at the real end of San Terasmo, which is the agricultural area of Venice. And right there we got a beach that is called El Baccan, and normally you reach it with the boat. And over there you can swim, you can bring the dog. It's a family friendly area, and that is nice actually. And there's a little kiosk, the gelato, for a bunch of drinks, and that worth a little visit, a little swim. Let me see. Let me try to find a spot to walk around so we can sneak in at Lido di Fido. Let's say you might be better with to be a dolphin. These are, we got Snow White over there, we got the 7 dwarf that are climbing the steps, and look how beautiful that they freshly restored purple house, and that is super pretty together with this corner with the blue and the orange one. They are really nice and spectacular. Hold on, let me readjust. And from here we can see our lovely leaning tower. Let's walk down again to the main street, and this one it should take us right on the back of Ciao Diana, ciao Ciudad del Mexico. This street is going to take us behind the Gatto Nero, the Black Cat restaurant. But definitely, as I told you, once that you're coming down this area, it will be just spectacular to arrive with the Vaporetto, and in this way you can easily sneak around. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me my fix till I get there in October for a week. See, you're right. So at that point, at least you won't be. It won't be too long before that you come this way. And we're starting to have the bougainville in flower, in blossom. And this corner is the corner that I really like it. So we got the bougainvilles that, sorry, they are blossoming. See, Julie, the risotto of the go is in English is gobi, is the most famous one of the area, and that one is really nice. See, why the second season of the Moeke is going to be October. Absolutely right. We just finished the first one, and the second one it will be in October, and those are delicious. We got even that is blossoming, and those are the lemons of the past season. The smell is amazing, and they are definitely blossoming right now. They got one after the other. Nice. We got some oranges probably right there. I told you, the people that live here, they are extremely lucky because they can definitely grow whatever they want. And the corner right here with wisteria that is hanging is not good for my hay fever, but that's a different story. I had a super clever idea 2 days ago to cut the grass in my place, and it's 2 days that my eyes, they are exploding. We need the smell of vision, you are right, and that it will be fantastic. We got even a lovely little olive tree that is starting to have the little flowers slowly. Look how pretty the entrance is. Oh, it's spectacular. Everything here is built on a swamp, but there are no falling towers, which is a shame. Robert, I will be arriving in Venice next Monday. It looks so beautiful. Just can't wait. Robert, you're going to have a blast, in my opinion, because until this morning we were expecting to have rain next week, but it seems that the weather is fixed and you should be having 70, 75 degrees. It's not super busy, and so you should be pretty lucky from my point of view. It might start to be a bit of people, but not too crazy. And you will be having a lot of fun for sure once that you're coming this way. So a few minutes ago we were right opposite. Look at the reflection. So this canal is just spectacular for the reflections in the water. Oh, we're lucky. Igor fixed the weather, did he? See, I will fix it. I call up, I got a good number up, and they fix it. Ciao Renato, ben arrivato. It's just a matter of using the right telephone numbers and knowing the right people. And you might get in trouble twice, but that's a completely different story, and that is more me, but different life. Look, let me give you a full little idea. Now the weather is just perfect. One little advice that I would like to tell you if you're coming this way in the future. Remember, try not to come in Murano and Burano and Torcello during the weekends. Saturday and Sunday, don't come here because all the water buses, they're going to be packed. Otherwise, you have to take a private water taxi, and that one is more expensive, but at least you won't be standing in a line for 2 or 3 hours. That's what was happening this weekend. Thank you to all of you. Really happy that you are having fun with our videos. Thanks on behalf of I Love You Venice. And it's always our pleasure to show you the beauties of our homeland. Concept visual, which kind of equipment I'm normally using. And so I got an iPhone 13, I got a gimbal Osmo 3, and that's about it. And the microphone is the regular microphone that you're getting with the iPhone. So the signal is not too bad at the moment. It's almost full, and we're lucky. We might have problems. Yeah, an iPhone 13, the last regular iPhone. Venice is becoming addicted. Oh, I got the swan. He's right there. I got a friend of mine that he's from Treviso. He's my neighbor, literally. And a few years ago, I took him into Venice literally for the first time. Before that time, it was like, Elisa, call your mom and you can go. Elisa she's the wife, and you can go with your mom to Venice. After that, I took him around literally everywhere. He's arriving into Venice every 2 months. And he said, Venice is causing addiction. It's worse than a drug. And then as long that is running out of battery, is normally arriving into Venice to recharge the batteries into the Venetian lagoon. Let me see. Give me a second that I touch something. I don't see the chat anymore. Now I can see the chat. A swan from Treviso, of course. Sorry, but I was having troubles with the chat. Now it should be okay. Yeah, we're back. That is Pellestrina. No, we are not in Pellestrina. Mick, we are in Burano with a B. Pellestrina is down south. No, it's not Pellestrina. We are up in the northern part and we are in Burano with a B. Let me see if I can go through so we can slowly start to get on the other side. And we go through. See, Julie, make sure that you're coming this way next time. As I told you, not during the weekend, but during the week, if you can handle, if you can do it, because it depends, of course, of your vacations. Look at how pretty this corner is. So in the last few years, they freshly repainted, refixed this entire corner, and this one is phenomenal. And if you're coming in February, March, when we got let's say the carnival, we got all the masks that they are standing right in front of these fantastic spots and the colors that they are, of course, matching. And check it out here. So this section, it looks like the houses that you do have in San Francisco in a way. See, definitely do Murano on the way back, because normally coming in is easier to come all the way up here. What type of stone is? It's a kind of granite, and it's arriving directly from the area of the Dolomites, or between the area of Italy and Austria. It's really common to have this kind of stones into our gardens or in the pavement of the cities in the northern part of Italy. I think this is a... See, Linda, you're right. Burano is just so beautiful. It all looks like a perfect postcard. Ciao Deborah, buongiorno. It's beautiful. Let me take you down this way, that's so we can go a little bit further. It's definitely like a rainbow. And this area for us is the Associazione Remier Voga e Para. That's exactly where all the kids that are normally learning how to row. Yeah, that's the thing. Boat number 12, was it? See, Blue Eyes is definitely the boat number 12. Remember one thing. A one-way ticket with the Vaporetto is €7.50. If you're going to buy a 24-hour pass, it's going to include what? Any boats of the Venetian lagoon, and you can use it like the jump on, jump off ticket, and a 24-hour water bus pass worth 21 euros. Julie, at least you've been lucky to come here in 2019. After that, we shut it down, literally everything. But remember, 24 hours, unlimited boat ride, and you can come to Burano, you can go to Murano. But as I told you, be a little bit careful with the traffic. That during the weekends is crazy. The past weekend, everybody was waiting for the water buses for 2 or 3 hours. And so sunshine, Miami, all over Italy we got our own dialects. And here you got the dialetto di Burano, Buraneo, Buranei. I Buranei are the citizens, but definitely they got a special accent, they got a special way of pronouncing everything. We can still understand each other, but even if it is a really short ride from here to Venice, we can still understand, but you can tell that you are from Burano, you can tell that you are from Murano, or from the area of Venice, or you are from the area of the countryside. So that is pretty normal, and but all over Italy. Even with the family names here in Italy, you can tell, okay, you are from the north, you are from Lombardy, you are from Tuscany, you are from Naples. Nina, about the Lido, now you got the N line. N stands for night, the night line. And but they're running 24/7 and 365 days a year. Ciao, Beth. If they're not on strike, and that might happen. Those are a little bit more pale, but they are really nice and beautiful. But as I told you, look, no trash, everything super tidy, clean, perfect. And this is, as usual, spectacular. Let me bring you a little bit further down. And so in this way we are going to have the full idea of where Torcello is. And that is going to be definitely the place where my friend Andrea is living, that is taking care of the Casa Museo Andrich, which is one of the 7 houses of artists that they are spread out around the area of Veneto region, because no people around here see During the Biennale it was a nightmare. Alla faccia che sto lavorando vorrei anch'io passeggiare lungo Venezia. Beato te che puoi mollare, che tanto ti guardi la camminata. No, oggi si sta da Dio, oggi è spettacolare la situazione. No, it's spectacular today. We're extremely lucky. And it's the perfect weather. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, and walking around is fabulous, especially as we were saying, it's not too crazy busy. And remember that if you catch the number 12, you must stop in Mazzorbo. As you can see, there's only a bridge going from Burano into Mazzorbo, and the view on the other side is going to be spectacular again. Look at here, the little island standing in front of us. Wait a second. That's the church of Torcello, and think about that in this island we would have had anything between 20 half to 30,000 people that they were living there. We would have had approximately 6 or 7 monasteries, and that's exactly where Mr. Ernest Hemingway wrote Across the River into the Trees. But he was totally in love with no, Mazzorbo is on the left, and so wait a second. Torcello is straight in front of us, the one with the bell tower. In a second we're going to get into Mazzorbo. Nina, you're right, and so that's the other hand of the bridge. And that's exactly, let me see, because I spotted them last week, and last week all the flamingos, they were pretty much behind the boat. And oh, Domenico, ciao. Look, we got one of the best fishermen of the entire island. Ciao. Is one of the last one that is doing the moek. So we were discussing about moek, that's him. And so it's thanks to him that nowadays we are still able to eat these soft shell crabs. And there are 7 of them left, and they are definitely delicious. So those of you that were mentioning, oh, October is going to be the season of the moeke, you have to say thanks to Domenico. And the entire idea is from Burano to go to Torcello. There's a little boat that is running super often, and is an extremely peaceful area. And if you're lucky, you might spot the flamingos somewhere there. Let me take you into Venice. Hold on a second, that is getting really hot. Oh, this is another special spot because we're going to admire the gardens of Venice. That's the place. So you can get a better idea. Wait a second, Venice. And you got even the website that is right there. It's a wine resort. It belongs to the family Bisol, by B-I-S-O-L, and the entire area is really amazing. It really looked like the Eden Garden. It would have been a monastery, and it has been converted in, we always had a vineyard, even something like 400 years ago. And 10, 15 years ago, the family Bisol, they replanted the original wine that it would have been produced here, that it was called Dorona. D'oro, oro, gold, because the grape, it looked like gold. And here, the most amazing thing is that the chef, which is Chiara Pavan, which is a girl actually, and she is super talented and amazing. The most amazing thing is that the restaurant is right there, and they can easily come this way to pick up the vegetables of the day. And so, as you can clearly see, we got these lovely artichokes that are right here, and this is a sandy area. So artichokes, they grow beautiful in this area, especially in the area of let's say Mazzorbo, rather than the areas of all the Venetian lagoon. And this is pretty much the time that we are starting to have these little baby artichokes that they got normally a super bright purple color, and if you slice them thin and you put a little bit of lemon zest, lemon juice, they are going to be fantastic. You can eat them raw. You don't even need to cook them, and they are incredible. Yeah, think about that. The carciofo is arriving from Sant'Erasmo, and those are protected actually. Even those artichokes, they are definitely protected all over Italy. We got special areas where they protect those specific those specific productions. Ciao. Ciao Lorenzo, no niente, peccato, oggi era una giornata da barca e ti abbronzavi in 2 secondi, mi sa. Niente. I carciofi in olio spettacolari, marinati, favolosi, quelli ripieni, incredibili. Oh, le giuggiole. I know that a lot of you all over the world, you don't have it. In Italian they're called giuggiole, jujubes. The shape, it look like yeah, you can see that is a tree with a lot of spikes, and they can be found only in few specific areas of Italy. Normally it's a fruit tree. They're going to be as big as an olive. When they are mature, they turn into brown. Especially the one of Torcello, they are as big as a small apple, and you get addicted really easy and quick, and they taste like apples, and they got a little tiny pit inside. We got a little fig tree over there. We got plums. Oh, look, they're not doing bad. We got plenty. And so we got plums, we got more figs, we got green peas somewhere over there that are totally covered with the fishing net, because that the birds they're going to have. Allora, aspetta un attimo, Lorenzo. Sai per caso se il fondaco dei tedeschi è accessibile in sedia a rotelle? Allora, si riesce ad arrivare fino all'ultimo piano con la sedia a rotelle, però per fare l'interno nessun problema. Il problema è probabilmente fare la terrazza. Allora, non so che disabilità, che problematiche ci siano nel camminare, ma diciamo una volta raggiunto il 5° piano, l'ultimo livello, ci saranno circa una decina di scalini, e quelli là sfortunatamente bisogna farli a piedi, quindi l'ultimo pezzo della terrazza, se non si fa qualche gradino, non si può fare se si è in sedia a rotelle, però si riesce a fare tutto quanto il palazzo interno con la sedia a rotelle, perché ci sono gli ascensori che ti portano sui piani principali. Un attimo, give me a second. You are where those passes are good area. What wine would you recommend? Robert, you have to know that the company that is called Bisol here, they are amazing producer of Prosecco. Not really here. The wine, the Dorona wine is you got a kind of a back cake of salted wine, and that's the only wine that they produce here. I remember Sebastiano wonderful walk of Sant'Erasmo, and you saw the artichokes. In Sant'Erasmo you got another wine producer which is French, and he's producing a wine that is called Orto, O-R-T-O, and that one is one of the most incredible productions of the white wine in the Venetian lagoon. Yeah, let's say that if you are going to have anything, talking about wines, probably white wine is the best one in the area. As you can see, the salad is phenomenal. We got onions, we got some tomatoes here and there, we got spinach, if I'm not wrong, that I saw some around. As you can see, the garden is phenomenal. And the entire You're thanking Domenico for the meal in October. But this is super beautiful. No, the garden is amazing. The battery is still okay. Since that I changed the phone, it's lasting a little bit longer. I'm having less problems, even because the phone is still good. I mean, it's new, and I'm still having 34%. So it's not bad. We're ending up in the next few minutes as long as we go out. And then the irrigation system of the area is exactly by drops. The amazing invention of the folks from Israel, that so nobody is wasting any drop of water. No, I mean, I'm not full vegetarian. I eat a lot of vegetables, but a garden like this, sorry, but it's phenomenal. I mean, vegetable garden, it's amazing. And look, it's considered a French vineyard. Really small, little, tiny trees. And so when the branches they are developing, they don't go too far from the land. You got a small section, and so the minerals they are going to go directly into the grape, and you're going to have an amazing full flavor. And then look, really soon we're going to have all the rose trees in blossom, and the roses and the vineyards is pretty much the same species, the same thing. And normally if the roses they're going to get sick, the farmers got enough time to fix the problems with the vineyard. What a totally beautiful garden. They must work, so they work hard. We got an association of elderly people from Burano that they help out, that they are happy to help. Yeah, I hope to see you here, Linda. You're going to have a blast. No, the thing is, the majority of the gardeners here, they are amazing. And they are doing an amazing job. Was wondering about irrigation, as lagoon water is, brackish. Rather than brackish, is salted. I mean, brackish, we need still 15-20 minutes to be brackish, but here is totally salted. And so definitely the irrigation, you can see that we got the cane right there, and then you got plick, 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 all the drops. You saw me. Beth, are you in Burano or what? Yeah, because this is pretty much the issue of the last few weeks. I'm wandering around Venice, and suddenly somebody is appearing around the corner. They start to look at me. They can hardly speak. They take the phone out. They start to take pictures of me. And I go like, are you okay? And they're like, I saw you, I know you, I saw you in YouTube, into different channels. And that is fun. That is totally fun. It was a few weeks ago that I had, I don't know who, actually, because I didn't recognize, I don't know who's behind the screen, that he was screaming and shouting out of the vaporetto, Igor, ciao, ciao. It wasn't one of my friends, but for sure he was like, I saw you in internet. This is crazy. You saw me on the ground. I'm right there. Speaking of which, where is Basil today? No clue, Julie. He should be back in Seattle, I believe, by now. This is a magnificent wine resort. And so once that you're coming in this way, this will be spectacular. In the last few years, we're having a lot of people that they are deciding to get married in this area, of course. And in few weeks, oh, we got some roses that are blossoming. We're lucky. Look how pretty and beautiful they are. This is a lovely picture. Wait a second. They are right there. Look how nice. Yeah, they are normally red and white. Invece di pesce vorrei diventare una capra per mangiare di tutto. Yeah, no, I know that I got a funny laugh, but I can't stop. It's better in this way that at least everybody's having a little laugh. Look, it's pretty, isn't it pretty? I mean, even if you don't like wine, who cares? But the view here is just spectacular. And so once that you're getting the Vaporetto number 12, you just get off the Vaporetto in Mazzorbo, Mazzorbo. You turn left, and then as long that you're getting in the little tiny gate, you just pop in and you can walk around. I cannot believe how much in bloom is there. Still, yeah, for you, Linda, you're still having snow problems, I believe. And this year, Canada had a few issues with the snow, as far as I saw. Now here, actually, we are full hail fever problems. Let's put it in this way. That is like choo all the time. Now this is phenomenal. Huh? Look. Nice. And then you can recognize the bell tower on the distance. Look how pretty everything is. Sorry, I'm trying to balance everything. Great to hear. Let me see. If you come out this way, we are going back to the lagoon. Look how beautiful. So the entire idea is like that. Normally, you get with the Vaporetto number 12 over there, you just get off in Mazzorbo, you just come this way. Once that you finish the block of building, anyway, it's going to be written Venice over there, you come this way and you can easily enter into this gate. You cross the entire vineyards and you enjoy the entire thing, and then you can cross the other bridge to get into Burano. And so, folks, this is pretty much time to say bye-bye. Grazie mille to all of you for following us. Grazie mille for supporting our channel. It has been a pleasure, of course, hosting you here in the island of Burano. Grazie mille on behalf of I Love You Venice. We love you. We are really looking forward to have you here. If you need any kind of help, questions or whatever else, just drop me an email, and that it will be really easy. Under the video, actually, you're going to find all our contacts. A lot of you already started to get in touch with me for tips, how do I do it, and then as long as I got a second, I will be happy to answer to all of you. Grazie mille to all of you, and a presto. Let me leave you with a 360 degrees view. Arrivederci, ciao a tutti. And just to give you the idea, we are in Mazzorbo, and just across we got Mazzorbetto. Thank you once more to all of you. Thank you for supporting. Grazie Ricky, grazie mille. Need a video on tips only. We can work on it. We can check it out how we can do it. Probably I need to stay in the office. At that point, I can show you a few things and few tips. Why not? It seems that more people actually, they would be pretty happy to have a bunch of tips about how to go, what to do, how I move. Folks, ciao a tutti, alla prossima!